perhaps this is why some persons are saying that the position of Labour with regards to this negotiation is not being realistic in terms of it's not considering the attendant implication, like you pointed out, as someone said. Because if you look at the papers this morning, especially the Vanguard, experts are already worried about the implication of the decision at the end of the day today. And so some have said that perhaps Labour should have been looking at, okay, let's address the cost of living as it is, as against just pushing for an increase in wage.
Okay, so thank you for having me, like I said. So from my own point of view, there's Labour, there's governors, and it was said that governors rejected it. So let's break it down to the governors, right? We understand that all governors cannot reject it because all hands are not equal. Talking about, yes,
the viability of states.
Yes. Let's talk about their monthly allocation or their IGR or their FEC allocation. Which of these states? Okay, I was checking through Google yesterday and I noticed that there are top states that has IGIs, which is Lagos, Ogun, Cross River, River State, and also there are the least ones with the lowest IGI, which is Kebbi, Jigawa, Ebonyi, Ekiti. So can they compare themselves to each other? No. So okay, yes, can Lagos afford it? Question mark. I'm not in government, but can Lagos afford it? But based on
Lagos is actually paying 70,000
naira. Okay,
even
great.
Edo State
River State paying 70,000. Edo State, I heard it's paying 70,000 naira, but is there a confirmation of that?
Yes, that's what they are paying.
So these states can afford it based on an idea of that they are getting, but the others, and also now let's talk about let's go to Labour, right? Labour is pushing out a figure,
250,
and of course they have to counter. That's negotiation. That's you have to counter. But there are other things that also Labour can drive towards, not just standing. Like you said, someone's getting 250K. Of course, there's going to be an increase, like inflation. But there are other things, other perks around it. Can Lagos, hold on, can NLC also negotiate with some of these states one-on-one? I'm just saying, government can put a blanket fee out there, or even government should even, in my own opinion, government should even put...
Labour initially had this conversation with some state governments. They went around some of the states that were willing to have the conversation. And some of the states said, this is the amount we can pay, and we cannot pay certain amounts as it is. Before they now came to the federal government, now this is where we are.
So federal governments, Labour need to accept what these states can pay and also negotiate with the other states that can pay more based on their IGR, because they can't use all their monies to pay salaries or to pay for minimum wage. How about other developmental projects? How about other projects? There are also recurring bills I need to pay on based on their IGR. So they can't just dump all this money on those states. So Labour still need to understand that these states cannot afford that. But there are other implications, other perks around the incentives. Okay, as a government worker, as my staff, as a Labour staff, what else can you do in terms of health, HMOs, which at least even private sectors have HMOs. Private, in terms of HMOs, in terms of transport. I recall recently Lagos slashed transportation costs.
Yeah. When we're talking about palliatives.
Yeah, exactly. So why can't they have other palliatives around it? What are the other perks that they can enjoy? Okay, yes, you can't pay the 60 or 62,000 naira, but okay, but for health, I can have a discount. For transport, as long as I can show my ID card to you that I am a staff or government worker, then I can have, a reduced figure based on that. So there are other perks around it, not just focusing on a particular figure.
Well, that